morning, boys and girls. It's Monday, the 17th of December, 2018, and a warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom tour, coming to you from Bracknell in Royal Berkshire. The Christmas jumpers are out. Oh, yes. Look at that. Oh, come, Emmanuel, the first Noel. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, they're all out, and how about one of the modern ones, eh? Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. A friend of mine went to go and see Paul McCartney last night at the O2. How fantastic is that? It was actually the lady who used to run the Slimming World that I was going to earlier in the year. Linda, her name was. I was on the train I'll tell you about that in a minute. I was on the train yesterday going into London, and I was walking down to the toilet. You know, after a few stops, I've had far too much tea before I got on that train. I'm walking down to the toilet, got up from my seat. It was a reasonably busy train. And suddenly, oh, hello, Chris. And I looked down. It was Linda from Slimming World, queen of all of Slimming World in the whole of the world, dear. There she was. I sat down, a little bit of chat with her. Got to the toilet, went to the toilet, come back again. Of course, the seat's gone. Someone nicked my bloody seat. We can't leave your coat on there. On a train, dear. That won't be there by the time you leave, will it? God's sake, man. Madness. So I lost my seat on the train yesterday. But never mind. Hope you're well today. As I say, I have got my Christmas jumper on. I've just realised you can't really see it when I'm in this chair. Unless I don't think the chair will go up anymore. No, that says it. My chair is at its full erection, I'm afraid, boys and girls. My chair this morning is at its full erection. It won't go up any higher, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. You can't. I can lift it up a bit, I suppose, like that. I'm going to do. Is that an improvement? We can do the whole show on another camera, can't we? Can we do it over here? Nope, you can't see it there either. It's got to be that one, isn't it? That one over there. There we are. Good morning. I'm not doing that. I can't see a thing in front of me. Won't be able to read your messages, will I? Oh, then you start getting the messages, won't you? Oh, it's not reading our messages. Oh, like the whole world revolves around a message or two that's coming in. If I just say, how boring would that be to sit here and just read messages all the time? That would be extremely boring. But here we go. Who's with us this morning then? Lots of people already, I can see. Over on Facebook Live, good morning. First message of the day from Dr. S.O.S. Gregorian. Good morning, young man. All right, Adam the plumber's there. Diane Jebb, good morning, Diane. Roy Brownlow, good morning, Roy. Paul and Lou in Birmingham. First for the keyring. There's no keyrings, dear. There's nothing to give away. How many times do I have to keep telling you? There are no keyrings or anything like that. Million Radio. Good morning to Million Radio. Morning World from Million Radio in... Oh, that's lovely. Oh, are you rebroadcasting me on your radio station this morning? If so, they're wondering what I'm doing now. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, that's so nice. I've got one of my back scratches and I was just scratching my back then. Those who were filthy, disgusting, perverted minds who were wondering what I was doing then. I was scratching my back. All right, is it? Is that offensive to someone? Yes, good morning to Million World Radio in aid of mental health awareness and the Golden Age generation. Am I the Golden... No, I'm not the Golden Age generation yet, am I? Not quite. Not quite. Good morning to Claire. Morning, Claire. Roy's off to hospital. He's been injected with radiation for a scan, so there may be some interference to the show. Yeah, don't come near Bracknell, Roy. You will interfere with the show. It's bad enough with the mobile phone mast just down the road, dear, emitting its various micrographic pulses at me all day. I can feel them. I can feel pulses coming from that mobile phone stand tower down the road there. I'm in the middle of two of them. They're interfering with my brain. That's why I'm so mad all the time. Morning to Katie and Patterson. Good morning, Katie. Adrian Richardson. Good morning, Adrian. Gym today, dear? Perhaps you should spend a little bit longer in there. You might see some more results. Good morning, Adrian. Nice to see you. Claire, it's a great sin. Not many people seem to know it. Leona Lewis. It's great, isn't it? Not many seem to know it. Leona Lewis. What's that? Oh, I'm not following that, Claire. Oh, I see. I beg your pardon. You're talking to someone else on there. Sorry, that's my confusion there. Diane likes the Christmas jumper. So does Katie. Thank you very much. Craig is there with his Christmas jumper as well, beaming you live. Ah, you are. You seem extra jolly. No, I'm just happy to speak to you. If I don't talk to you for a whole day, my dear friends, I get very upset and depressed. I've been crying in bed all night long, waiting for this moment, dear. Waiting. But is it an extra large? How rude are you? No, it's not an extra large. Bloody cheek. Medium. Medium. When's the last time you saw a medium item of clothing? I bet that was a long time ago, weren't it, Paul? Blimey, you sit there. Go on, have another mince pie, love. Force yourself, dear. Or another box of mince pies, more likely. Thank you very much. I've got some videos to show you. I need you to help me choose something. Okay? Now, do you want that before or after the stories? That's the thing. There's quite a lot to do today. I don't know if you're going to still be here in an hour's time, but we'll see how we get on. Adrian, you should play for business class on the train. Is there business class on the train? You're having a laugh, aren't you? Do you know what that cost me to get to and from London yesterday? 1 hour on the train. £24.40. I couldn't believe it. And remember, this is a Sunday. The old is one of those people with no personality who sits there on the ticket desk. I've seen him before. There's not much expression change on his face if you try and strike up a conversation with him. Anyway, I went to buy him a ticket, and it's like, will you be coming back before or after 6:30? And I'm like, what, on a Sunday? He said, yes. There's a different price on a Sunday before or after 6:30. How weird is that? I can understand it during the week, like the peak rate and all that, but a Sunday? So I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know what time I'm going to be finished. I better have the all-day one. That was an extra £2, to come back after 6:30. Oh, I don't know how it all works. Hello to Ahmed. Good morning to you and a happy Christmas to you, sir. Must be evening where you are. Whereabouts are you, Ahmed? Johnny Key is in the house. Good morning, Johnny Key. He popped into the pub on Friday night. Didn't sing a song, Johnny. Didn't sing. Oh, Ray Reynolds has bought me a card. Ray Reynolds bought me a card. Here it is here. Look at that. Isn't that nice? From Ray Reynolds. A picture of the back end of a bus. How bloody rude. Are you suggesting my arse looks like that? How rude are you? Ray Reynolds. It's a lovely old Route Master and the snow and all that. Look at that. That's really old-fashioned. We like old school, don't we? We do like old school. A few more cards up here. They're all from Maureen. I gather there is some Christmas cards waiting for me at Central Station at the moment, so I shall pick those up tonight if you've sent one of those in, my darlings. All right. Hello to Tariq. Good morning to you. A great good morning to you. Where are we? Alan. What's that there? Alan's advertising something. Oh, right, okay. Hello to Juan. Juan is in the house. Good morning from New York, or to New York. That's where you are, isn't it? You haven't been around for a while. Where have you been hiding, Juan? Wondered where you were. Good morning to Michelle White. Leona Lewis, it's a singer. I love her song so much. Are you a fan of Leona? Yeah, I can take her or leave her. I don't think she's not a bad singer. She's a good singer, but not quite for me. I find she screeches the songs. Her and that other one that won the X Factor. Leona Lewis and... I'm not keen on Alexandra Burke either. That doesn't mean they're rubbish. It's just not personally for me. They're fantastic singers, Not my cup of tea, those ones. Hello to Roderick. What are you talking about? Have you been watching the show for the last 10 minutes? You should know. Do I need to say it all over again? You'll upset everyone else, dear. Try perhaps a little rewind, or maybe if you watch it for a little while, then you'll realise what we're actually talking about, okay? Morning to John Cooper. Excuse me. Roderick loves the Brits. Me too. I love the Brits too. I am indeed one of them, believe it or not. Alan thought a fire stick. What's that? Oh, you're advertising something, are you? Or you're watching through a fire stick. I don't know what a fire stick is. Isn't that an Amazon thing? A fire stick. Morning to John Parrish. Morning. Juan likes the card from Ray Reynolds. Got some more cards here. And that's it. Good. So, yeah, as I say, I've got a couple of videos to show you this morning, boys and girls. Michelle, your Christmas card is downstairs. Your Christmas card has not yet been opened. I only got it yesterday afternoon, last night. Okay, so your Christmas ding dong merrily on high is downstairs, which will be opened on tomorrow's show in full colour. In full colour tomorrow, okay? Hello to Chris Manzaire. Morning, Chris. And Kirsty Spriggs is in the house as well. Welcome along. So yesterday, I got up early yesterday, as I always do on a Sunday. Church day Sunday for me. Don't laugh. Yeah, I do go. And as I was up early, and I thought I'd take the car in tomorrow because I was a bit short of time tomorrow, which is why there was no show yesterday. And I thought I got in a car and I had a little bit of time to spend. I thought, what an ideal time to get petrol on a Sunday. Because Sunday, getting petrol up at the Sainsbury's, which is the nearest one to me, is a bit of a nightmare. You know, you can queue there. I say you can queue there. You know, not for more than 5 minutes. Why 5 minutes would make any difference to anyone's life, I do not know. You know, sometimes people moan at the karaoke because they've had to wait a little bit too long. But you know, what 3 or 4 minutes makes difference to anyone's life, I really don't know. Anyway, so I got up to the petrol station round about 8:30 in the morning. Of course, there's no one there. 2 people. I went straight to a machine. What are they called? What are the petrol machines? Pumps. Yeah, I went straight to the petrol pump. And the other thing, and now at the Sainsbury's one, you can now pay at the pump, which has been there for quite some weeks now. So you put your little Nectar card in first, then you put your credit card in, and you push the buttons on there, and then the petrol flows. And it's wonderful. It's very quick. And the best part of it all is that you don't have to go into the little petrol place and try and do a conversation with one of the miserable bastards that work there. Oh, Christ, they're as miserable as hell in that Sainsbury's petrol station. They really... no personality either. Unless there's an old person on there. There's a couple of old dears who work in there, and they're quite nice. They'll have a chat with you. The young ones, a complete and utter waste of time. Absolute waste of time. Actually, I said something to someone yesterday, and it was a bit like that. Now, where was this? It was a girl. Oh, I can't remember now. What was it I said to someone yesterday somewhere? No, it's gone. Oh, no, yes, it was the co-op. It was the co-op. Oh, what was it I said to her? Do you know, I can't remember for the life of me. So was it something to do with the co-op card or something like that? But, you know, you try and have a conversation, and it's like this, just complete... was the music. Was the music. There was some music playing in the co-op, and I got to the till. This is late yesterday, after I'd had my day out. And I said to the girl on the till, I said, what is this awful music? Huh? I said, this music, do you know what this is? Huh? It doesn't matter, love, there's your money. A complete and utter waste of time. They're just like robots. You know, I'll be honest with you. The sooner these... I nearly swore then. As soon as these idiots are... The reason I keep swearing is that there is a small person in my life, a very, very young person in single figures who keeps using this particular expression, which actually isn't... it's my picture freezing. Stick with it. It'll sort itself out. He keeps using this particular expression, which actually isn't that offensive. I don't think it's offensive. Do you want to know the expression? Dickhead. That's the word, dickhead. Now, I don't find that offensive at all. I find it quite funny when this particular person, who will remain nameless, keeps using it. But unfortunately, I've started using it as well now. Stick with the picture, gang. It's just freezing a little bit. I don't know why it sometimes does that. I've got a feeling the computer's probably doing some sort of update there. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll say it as it was now. You know, the sooner these dickheads are replaced on tills who have no personality, the better. That's in my opinion. Let me just swap. I think it might be the camera, actually. Just a moment. Let's just swap cameras and then come back to that, and that might sort it out. I think there's got something going on with that camera there. That was happening a couple of weeks ago. Is that better now? That's sorted itself out now, isn't it? Yeah, so it must be something to do with the camera. Anyway, that was in the co-op, one of those things. But the petrol station, I filled up the petrol, went to church. That's the marvellous thing about Sainsbury's. You haven't got to talk to them anymore. You don't have to go into that office. Miserable people working in that Sainsbury's petrol place. I never forget, a couple of years ago it was, about 2 or 3 years ago, it was Christmas Eve, right? And I thought I'd fill up before I go out to my sister's. Got to the petrol station, put my petrol in. This is before the pay at the machine. Oh, I forgot the name, but pay at the pump thing again. Got there and went in to pay for my petrol. This is up at the Sainsbury's, right? There's a bloke up on ladder, Christmas Eve, taking down the decorations. And I'm like, what are you doing that for, mate? Oh, head office, so you know that blank expression on a lot of young people's faces. Head office, so we got to take down the decorations. I said, it's not even gone Christmas Day yet. We haven't even got there yet. Yeah, but that's what head office says. Oh, talk about bar humbug. Miserable people in that Sainsbury's petrol station. Awful. I'm so glad I don't have to go in there and talk and upset any of their pathetic lives anymore. And if any of them are watching this, please don't. Go back under your little stone and be miserable. So that's Sainsbury's. Got my petrol, went to church, and Vivian has sent me a little card. Look, a religious card, of course. There she is. Mary and the baby Jesus. And what's that there? There's the donkey, there's chickens, there's a goose. Chicklets. Little chicklets, look. Chicklets. Oh, why do you eat these boys and girls? Look at them, they're so pretty. Why are you eating these poor little things? Tucked in a Kentucky deep fat fryer. Oh, I saw something ghastly yesterday. I had to go through Chinatown. Okay, a lot of people like Chinese food, very popular. Not for me, dear. Not for me. I can't be eating any of that foreign stuff, Dove. My mum told me I would die if I ate foreign food, so I don't. And that. And you go through these Chinese restaurants. Not only do they have the chickens and the ducks hanging there in the window, they got their heads on as well. They fry the whole bloody thing, don't they? Oh, no. And you can see these ducks or whatever they are and their heads. And oh, no. What a way to go. Was it one of the Carry On films where they fried someone? Carry On Frankenstein or Carry On Dracula, one of those? Oh, God, no. And I don't like the smell of the Chinese food. I don't. My nephew and nieces, they love it. Oh, they lap it all up. Noodles and all that. No, dear. No, no, no. Anyway, there we are. Look, we got chickens. There's a little lamb. Look how cute that lamb is. Please don't eat them, dear. Don't eat lambs. And what's that thing? Is that a bison or a cow with the horns there? So that's from Vivian. She spells her name funny. Vyvyenne, which is interesting, isn't it? So there's a card from Vivian there. And also from two of the other people that sit behind me in the church, Anne and Dave, who are really nice people, ever so nice people in there. And that's it. I shall display the cards here as they come in, boys and girls. All right. So that was my little morning at church. Oh, by the way, good luck to Ferrell. I don't know if he's with us this morning. I posted his latest music video on my Facebook wall. If you're not on my Facebook, it's facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. All right, once again, facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK is my Facebook thing. That's we're still having that picture freeze, aren't we? I don't know what's going on with that. Stick with it. As long as you can hear me, the picture don't matter so much, does it, I suppose? Good. Let's just read some of your messages there. Roy says, just had a wedding inquiry, quote them, and just, they're not affording it. What do you do for weddings then, Roy? A wedding inquiry? What do you do then? What do you do for weddings? Do you do the catering or something like that? Oh, I didn't know you did things to do with weddings, Roy. I used to do weddings. Mobile DJ at a wedding. I used to turn up with my rope light, boxes of records, or not anymore, mate. Because, of course, as well as the DJ at a wedding, you are the child nursery. The child, you're like a nanny. You're like, because all these kids are running riot at weddings. No one's looking after them. All the parents are pissed as anything, aren't they? So it's up to the DJ to say, get off my lights! As you've got all these expensive lights in front of you, all giving a show, and then a child comes running toward you. Oh no, stop! Terrible. Manilo Someone spotted Barry Manilow here. Yes, we have a Manilow marathon this weekend on Million Radio. Well, we do like Barry Manilow. I've been several times to see him all over the world. Thank you. Tariq, how about James, another The Power of Love? It's a new album. Is that right? The Power of Love. And what's that other one? What's that other one? 'Cause I'm your lady. Another depressing song. Please don't sing that at the karaoke. We don't want any depressing songs tonight. If you're coming along to the karaoke, I'm hosting a karaoke tonight at Central Station in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. All right? That's Monday night karaoke. And after this, not for the next 2 Mondays, because we won't be here the next 2 Mondays. Good morning to... Oh, who's this now? Someone's just texted in. The name hasn't come up. How strange and mysterious. It will do, though. 1 minute. Let's see who this is. I reckon that's Simon. Oh. Text, phone. No. Oh, there it is. It's Maureen. There we are. It's Maureen. Just a moment. Cool. That's been a bit slow, isn't it? Where is it? Oh, good morning, Maureen. Good morning, Chris. She says I was in central London for the 2:30 carvery lunch at the Strand Palace Hotel. Very nice. And the Strand Christmas lights. I'm hoping to see those tomorrow, Maureen. We're going out tomorrow, me and my mate, do our little bit of Christmas shopping. Not that we need much, to be honest. Mine is all sorted, really, but we always go out once a year to Hamleys and have a little bit of a tea out and that sort of thing tomorrow. So I hope you had a nice time. Well, it looked like you had a nice time yesterday, Maureen. Any pictures? Bring them in. Pictures. Where's my snowflake Christmas card, Adrian wants to know. There isn't one. No card for you. There's no card for you at all, Adrian. Sorry. Morning to Brian Roll, who's in Manchester. Good morning, Brian. Long time since I was there. I did a bit of DJing there once at Ashby Della something or other. Ashby Della. Do you know what? I can't remember what it was called now. Sorry. Do you think you should be walking to church at your age? I usually cycle, Adrian, actually. I usually cycle to church. But because my time was limited yesterday, I carried on, you see. Good morning to Mublin. Paul, can you block that one there? Can you see that one? Mublin or something like that? All right. Good morning to Robert Lunn. Morning, Roberts. Some staff in shops baffle me how they got a job. It should be about customer experience. Well, you want to go to America. Their customer experience there is second to none. It's really good when you go to America. They bend over backwards to get the money out of you. Not here. Not here. The best example of that is when I went to buy a Land Rover. That's about 15 years ago now. Well, I was having to practically beg them to answer the bloody phone. This is before they got the deposit. I was surprised. This was Land Rover in Peterborough. I'm surprised they ever sold any cars in that place. Unbelievable. Claire, let's go for double figures. Who can you recruit? That is the question. Right, hang on. Let's just go down a bit. We're going to have to go down a bit. Otherwise, we're never going to get to these stories. Roy is a magician at weddings. £150 an hour? What? That's why you're a magician. You make £150 an hour disappear from people's pockets. Christ, that's a lot of money, isn't it? £150 an hour? I used to charge that for an entire night of entertainment, dear. I think you're a bit greedy, Roy. Do you work every weekend? No? Wonder why that is. £150 an hour. If I was doing a wedding now, and I don't do weddings anymore, sometimes people say, oh, would you do it? And I really don't do DJing anymore. And they're like, oh, go on, please. I don't want to do it. And if I don't want to do it, then it's no. I'm sorry. But if I was doing a wedding now, let's see, 8 to 12, I'd probably charge you about 200 quid. And you'll charge £150 an hour. I think you're greedy. I'm sorry, Roy. £150. Christ almighty. Well, you won't be doing magician at my wedding. Not that there'll ever be one, I suppose. Can't see that happening, can you? Never mind. Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. I mean, look, Cheryl thinks she can sing. That's a strange thing. Ben Shepherd managed to get on the telly. That's a strange thing as well. There's no Christmas present for you, Adrian. No point in you mentioning it. All right. Ashby de la Zouch. Thank you, Brian. That's exactly where it was. was a club. I think we went upstairs to get into it, and I did a little bit of DJing there. All right. Oh, we got 10 viewers now. Fantastic. Did I get the jumper from Uxam? No, Primark about 5 years ago. There's no veggie. Good morning to Gary Butler. Gary Butler's my nephew. His wife Stacey and their 3 children, Olivia, Harry and Evie, are all going down to the hospice today. They go to a hospice. Olivia gets looked after there and gives them a little bit of a break. So there we are. Good morning to you. And I went to visit there a while ago and they had to order veggie burgers. So Gary thought he'd try them as well and absolutely hated them. Gary prefers to eat dead animals, don't you, Gary? Can't see that username. Okay, not to worry, Paul. Don't worry, mate. Thanks for looking there. £250, Roy. No, dear. No, 200 is enough. Don't be greedy. Too many greedy people out there. Thank you. There we are. Someone just ignore anything else that's a bit dodgy there, all right. Good morning to John Glazenbrook. He came and sang a song. He's assistant. I think he might be assistant manager. Have you gone up the ladder, dear? Have you gone up? Yeah, gone up the ladder of my bleeding stockings, more like. Morning, John. He came and sang. I think he did Angels. That one, Robbie Williams. Yeah. 10 bob an hour for your karaoke. No, I don't get 10 bob an hour for my karaoke. How rude are you? £150 an hour for a magician? Jesus, that is a lot of money, I tell you. A lot of money. John's coming tonight. Okay, I hope you're coming on your own, are you, John? Don't bring down anyone who's going to give me hassle, John. For Christ's sake, come on your own. Or who are you coming with? And I'll tell you whether they're allowed in or not. Certain people aren't allowed in. Ghastly people. Yes. Okay, I can do that. 1 minute. I can do that now. Right, here we go. Alan, you're going now. Bye. Blocking and... gone. I think that's it. All right, Adron, you'll be very welcome tonight, okay? See if he's gone now. He should go now. I don't know if the messages disappear once you block someone, but he should go now, so there we are. Okay. Right, so where did I get to? Went to church, came back here, had a cup of tea, hoovered, showered, and by then it was about 11:30, and that's why I didn't get a show yesterday. I went out to London yesterday to meet some people that I used to DJ for, actually. I was one of the DJs in Heaven, which was at the time, probably is now, actually, the most well-known gay nightclub in Europe, if not the world. And I used to be one of the DJs there I think it was about 10 or 11 years ago now. And I meet up with some of the younger people. They're like in their 30s now. But of course, then they would have been like early 20s. Some of them maybe 19, 18, like that. And they kept in touch all these years. Like I was kind of their DJ. So I went out to meet them. So Ronnie came, my mate came around here about 11:45 and picked me up to take me to the train station. Dropped me off at the train station. I got there a little bit early. So I went and bought my ticket. You know, as I said at the beginning of the show, to London and back, right? £24.40. On a Sunday afternoon, off peak. I mean, I'm just astounded by how much it costs to take a train in. That's like half a tank of petrol almost. Of course, it's a lot easier by taking the train. You haven't got to worry about parking. Parking would be a nightmare in the best of times. But at Christmas, oh my God, it would have been a nightmare. And it's nice to sit on the train and just relax or close your eyes. Of course, everyone's on there, tapping away at their bloody mobile phone. You look around on a train, it's sad. They're like robots. Tapping all morning on their little mobile phones. Anyway, so nice journey there. Got to Waterloo, got on the Northern Line train at Waterloo. I love the Underground. I love it. You're standing, it was busy. Standing there on the platform and a little indicator comes out. As I got there, right, these doors just closed and a train went. And this bloke's going like that, you know, what? I mean, the train's gone. What do you want it to do now? Come back for you? Wait for the next one. People moan, don't they? And how long did that cost him? Well, get this, right? So the train has pulled off and the indicator says next train 1 minute. And I thought that's a bit close. And literally, I suppose, I don't know, 30 seconds passed between that train going and woo, and in it I felt that gust of wind as the train comes through the tunnel. I love it. I absolutely love it. And it came along and it was about a minute between the two trains. How do they do that? Isn't that brilliant? So no waiting at all. On the train, 3 stations, Leicester Square. Got to Leicester Square. Up the stairs I went. First of all, we went into this. I had to meet them at the bar, the KU bar, which is a hideously expensive bar. But then again, it is in the centre of London, and they have business rates and all this other stuff to pay, and it's a popular bar. So I had to go in there. I didn't buy a drink in there. I just sat there with my mate, and then we went to the restaurant, and we went to a restaurant called Preto, Preto, not Prezzo, Preto restaurant. Thank you, Adam. I am a top international DJ. Thank you very much, Adam. Appreciate that. So we went to Preto restaurant, which is like a Brazilian restaurant, which meant nothing at all to me whatsoever. Now, this has been booked for months. Months and months and months. And it wasn't until last night that I decided to look at the menu. Or the night before that I decided to look. I'm not going up and down it. And all they keep going on was about dead animals. Meats. We've got this meat. We've got that meat. Someone comes at the end of the table and starts carving it all up. You know, carve bits of dead animal chopping off all over your plate, dear. And I sent a message to my mate. I said, where's the vegetarian stuff? Is there any? He said, I've ordered you halloumi skewers. Now, I do like a bit of halloumi. Do you like that? Rubbery, cheesy, salty stuff. Very, very... Oh, okay, then. Fair enough. But that's fine. So we got into the restaurant. We're sitting down, and we get given all these little vouchers, like two. Well, I thought there were 2 vouchers. 2 vouchers put down. And she comes around. What would you like to drink, please? So we ordered. I ordered a glass of prosecco because I wasn't driving, of course. Now remember, I don't drink. I don't drink. Very, very rarely. So I'm having a glass of prosecco, and I thought, oh well, that'd take me under the table. You know, and then these vouchers apparently were for drinks or puddings. So whatever you want. And we had 2 vouchers each, or so I thought. So I've given her this voucher, and she's given me one back. I said, what's that for? She said, you gave me 2. And I'm looking at my table, and I'm seeing another voucher on the table. So that someone must have accidentally given me 2 vouchers. My lips were sealed. I thought, well, I'll have 2 drinks then, won't I, dear? Let's push the boat out today. Yes. So that's that. And then we went to get the plates, and like over in another area is all these things where you just help yourself. Now, I do quite like that. I really like that. The whole Toby Carvery, that sort of thing, where you can eat whatever you want. It's so much better than going into some posh, stuck-up restaurant and put a plate of food in front of you. There you go, that's it, eat it. You know, with a few bits on. And you sometimes, you do feel hungry afterwards. We need to load on as many roast potatoes as possible on the plate. Can I have a larger plate, please? Yes. But I didn't have roast potatoes. It was chips. Not very well done chips either. They were a bit soggy, I have to say. And they were not real chips. Bloody French fries, what come out of a black plastic bag somewhere. Awful fries. And there was rice, and there were various different things. And, it was there was like this warm vegetable medley. I thought, well, I'll have some of that. But the carrots were as hard as nails. They obviously hadn't cooked them long enough. And all covered in this shiny, oily stuff. I don't know what it was. And there was the rice. And there was a few bits of bread and butter, and I kind of had that, and I thought, oh, well, and the food hadn't arrived. My halloumi skewers had not arrived. They hadn't done them. They hadn't bloody done them. My mate had sorted all this out. He said he'd ordered it all, which I have no doubt he did. He'd ordered all this, and it wasn't ready. Meanwhile, the others are sitting there, and there's another vegetarian on the table who didn't know that it was a mainly meat-eating restaurant. And they're coming around with the skewers of meat and chopping them off onto people's plates while they're eating. You eat as much as you want. You'll get a little card. On one side it says, yes, please. And the other says, no more, I'm full. And every time someone came round, they tried to put another piece of dead animal on my plate. I mean, can you not see? There's no bloody label there, dear. Don't want any dead animals. So I had this one plate of food. We're still waiting for the halloumi skewers to arrive. Oh, dear. So I thought, well, I'll have a little bit more. So I went round and got a bit more bread and a few more soggy chips and a little bit more vegetables. And I'm having that. And eventually, about 15 to 20 minutes later, this halloumi skewer arrived. By which time, I thought, well, I've had quite enough to eat now. Thank you very much. But nevertheless, he put it on the plate. And that was really nice. I've got to say, it was nice. There was like bits of halloumi cheese. There was peppers, onions. And I'm not a fan of courgettes. I really don't like courgettes. Do you like courgettes? Don't like them. Don't like courgettes at all. Awful things. So bits of that. And so we had that. And then I had another glass of Prosecco. So I handed over my second voucher. Another glass of Prosecco arrived. By now I'm talking merrily. Happy, happy, happy. Merry, merry, merry like that. Finished that. And then the puddings come round. And I had this chocolate cakey type thing, which was really nice, which cost me my third voucher. Everyone else only got 2. I got 3. When I said I got 3 vouchers, I said, well, I don't drink that much. Oh, all these people, oh, well, can I have your next one? Can I have your other one? Like, desperate for alcohol, all of them, dear. I can take it or leave it. Well, actually, I'd rather leave it. Doesn't go down well with me, alcohol, really. I don't really get on with it. So we finished that, and that was it. And it cost us about £32 each. And I'll be honest, I didn't think what we'd had was worth £32. Of course, you are in Shaftsbury Avenue, central London. I get all that. But no, it wasn't worth £32. The halloumi thing was very nice. But when we were asking people, they actually had to go and find the person that we ordered it from, because no one had a bloody clue what they were doing. Most of them didn't speak English, so I'm afraid I can't recommend that one. I can't recommend that you go to Preto restaurant. It was below okay. I thought the food was very basic. For 30 quid, I expect a bit more than that. It was very basic. So I wouldn't go there if I were you. If you're vegetarian, give it a wide berth. Okay, if you're a meat eater, you'll love it. If you like eating dead animals, you will love it probably. As a non-meat eater, no. The atmosphere in there, was provided for us by us. There was no real atmosphere in that restaurant at all. Downstairs, the men's toilet, 1 sit-down toilet. It's a reasonable size, 1 bloody toilet down there. And the bin next to the toilet hadn't been emptied. I thought it was a bit dirty down there. Wasn't impressed. Not impressed. Anyway, I handed over my £32 without a tip. Thank you very much. Won't be getting a tip off me. Unless I'm very happy with it. And when you've looked after me, I will give you a really good tip. Right? If I come to your restaurant, you charge me 30 quid for a meal, I'd probably give you a tenner if you'd really looked after me. They didn't. Not really. They didn't really look. There was not many smiling faces or anything like that. So not recommended. Preto restaurant, not Prezzo, Preto. Preto. It is Preto restaurant in Shaftsbury Avenue. Marks out of 10, 3. I give it 3. Okay, that's just my opinion there. But, of course, it wasn't so much about the food, it was about the company. And I'd spent a wonderful afternoon with, I was how awful, it's the oldest person at the table I was. Although I have to say there's another chap there called KK, and he's a lovely man. He's such a nice man. And I'm like, can I ask how old you are? He said, well, how old do you think I am? I said, I reckon you're about the same age as me, aren't you? I'm 55. I said, you're probably about 52, 45. And he looks older than me. I was pleased about that. Oh, hang on a minute. 10:43 to 11. Oh, that's all right. I'm waiting for my nephew. That was a text coming through. My nephew's Christmas present is arriving. I might show it to you if it's still here if we're still on when it comes. I've ordered him a Bluetooth speaker, and that's arriving shortly. I told you about that last week, and I was going to order it off Amazon, and then I saw the price, 240 quid, and I thought, well, he ain't getting one of those. And then my nephew-in-law, my niece's husband, said, "Did you Google it?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I always just buy it off Amazon." He said, "Oh, no, you need to Google it first. Everything you buy, you must Google first." So I did. And it was like £100 cheaper. Of all places, Curry's, who I've always known to be the most expensive out of all of them. Well, it don't seem like that anymore, so always do that. I never did. I always just click and collect on Amazon and that's it. No, not at all. Amazing, isn't it, really? £100 save, so that's going to arrive 10:43 to 11:43. Which means I might not get a swim in today. Oh, dear. Well, hopefully, if it arrives at 10:43, I'll just about get a swim in, I think. And as I say, lovely atmosphere with all my little people that were my sort of, I don't know, heaven children, I suppose you would say. And now they're in their early 30s and I'm midway through my 50s, 56 next year. And it's nice that they wanted to keep in contact all these years. But I was the oldest one at the table. Never mind. All right, let's just go to some of your messages there. Adam, if you use the trains a few times a year, after 9:30 in the morning or at weekends, then a network rail card costing £30 will save you a third off the train fare. So that would have just cost me 15 quid then. Well, that might be worth doing. But you've got to be after 9:30 or at weekends. I looked up your journey on the Sunday. It would have cost you £10.81. You know what, Adam? That might be worth doing. Especially if I was to move, because I might move up north at some point. That may well happen. As you well know, I may well move up north. Not going to happen in a month, you know. When is the question? I'm not sure. But that's likely to happen. That's where I think that's likely to happen at some point. So that would be handy. Can I use that on all trains, or is that just southern? What is it? South? Well, they're blue trains, whoever they are, southern or southeast, one of the two. I don't know. Good morning to Tony Power. Welcome along. Welcome, Tony. Paul and Lou says he's now broken into that fiver. I'm afraid so. Katie drank too much when she was younger. I'm sure you did, Katie. I think you're still on the old bottle now, aren't you, love? Eh? You must be to watch this crap. Oh, atmosphere. I love a party with a special atmosphere. Yeah, that's Russ Abbott, wasn't it? That was a Christmas song, wasn't it? A Christmas song from Russ Abbott, Atmosphere. Maybe I'll try that one tonight. Let me write that down. I might have a go at that when we finish the show. Russ Abbott, Atmosphere. I'm not actually going up north this week, so I'll be down here most days. All right, tomorrow we're going out to London, as I say, so it'll be an earlier show tomorrow. Thank you. John says I can use that card in any network. Okay, so Railcard. What's it called, Adam? Let me just scroll up there. I'll have a look at that. I reckon I go a few times a year. So what's it called? Network Railcard. My friend Ray's not with us this morning, is he? Unless his messages aren't coming through at all. Ray Reynolds, isn't Ray Reynolds there? Let's have a look. Let's see if Ray Reynolds is there this morning. Are you with us today, Ray? Let's have a quick look. I love a party with a happy atmosphere. No, Ray Reynolds today. Isn't that strange? Ray Reynolds is not in the house today, boys and girls. That's a shame, isn't it? Let's have a look here. Good. Who else are we chatting to there? Paul. There we are. Any network in the UK. Well, that might be... Is that all it is? 30 quid for a rail card thing? Excellent. Paul says we have a two together rail card. We both have to travel together. What if you want to get rid of the missus for 5 minutes? You're stuck with her, aren't you? If you get one of those dual rail cards, I'd get one on my own, mate. Who wants to be forced to sit next to their missus for more than 10 minutes at a time? That would do my head in, that would. Oh, dear me. No, thank you very much. Good. You can keep the rail card on your iPhone as well. Yeah, now my mate, he's got all his credit cards and things on his iPhone. I find that a little bit worrying, really, because if you was to use your iPhone, I know you've got like a lock on there and all that business, but then if someone was able to unlock it, your iPhone or whatever phone you've got, then they'd have access to all your cards and things like that, wouldn't they? Is that a little bit dodgy? No? You know, you just put up, and you can take. Someone told me you can take the phones into some of these little shops. You know where you say phone unlocking. They got like neon signs. Should be a neon sign outside my house, really. A little pink one, a little flamingo perhaps, or something like. Or a snowflake. No snowflakes. There's no snowflakes in this house. I'm telling you that now. We are not offended by anything at all. Say whatever you want. Not offended. Thank you. Yeah. With the mobile phones and that would worry me a bit. But you do see these shops with unlocking phones. You just take your phone in. Oh, I've accidentally locked it. And presumably they then unlock it. What if there was a burglar or a thief who had stolen my phone? You could get all my naughty pictures and everything up on your screens. No doubt you'd be sending those to the Daily Mirror, wouldn't you? Always a couple of stories in the Daily Mirror this morning. Look at this. Man who sniffed his own smelly socks every day is now in hospital with a lung infection. Do you do that? I bet you do, you filthy animals. Is that what you do? A man has been hospitalised with a severe fungal infection in his lungs. Terrible. The man, who's in China, southeastern China, would smell his socks after finishing work daily, it's reported. He would return home from work and change into more comfortable clothes, but would reportedly sniff the socks he'd been wearing all day long. Some people are into that, you know. Oh, yes. I've seen certain magazines in my lifetime, in the back pages, you know, socks, used socks for sale. Not just socks either. People selling their own used underwear. I mean, I don't know how much my sister would get for a pair of her knickers, but it might be worth some sort of an additional income coming in. Perhaps you can put them up on eBay. Do they have a... I'm going to have a look at that. I'm going to have a look. eBay, used underwear. I might buy myself a few bits and pieces while I'm there. Hang on a minute. Let me have a look at the used underwear. Let's see if there's any used underwear. Yes, there is. There is. Sexy ladies underwear, pre-owned. Oh, the pervs will be on there now. Look at her. Every one of you has logged on to that now, haven't you? Go on, type it in. Let's see if they got men's used underwear, haven't it? I shouldn't be like... Yes! Oh, no, they've got disposable briefs. £5? £5 and you chuck them away? Blimey, that's a lot of money, isn't it? Men's sexy bright red swimwear, small, $3.99. It's the smallest pair of bleeding things you've ever seen in your life. As I said so many times before, boys and girls, so many times, the only people you see in those thongs or those tiny little speedars are fat middle-aged men with bald who are going bald like myself. They're you never see anyone fit in a nice pair of tight speedos, do you? Never. We've all got baggy shorts on. I try and wear baggy shorts while I go swimming. I would never dream of wearing a tiny pair of bleeding swimwear or something like that. Yeah, there's another one here. Look at the description. Ted Baker men's boxers, brackets, used but no marks. Close brackets. Oh, how awful. Awful. Here's another one. Men's Calvin Klein trunks. Possible gay interest used medium white. £3.20. Whoa, where's the picture of the person who was wearing them then? I'm not buying a pair of old pants with some old codger my own age has been wearing them, thank you very much. Might belong to Ray Reynolds. Ghastly, ghastly. Back to some of your messages there. One moment, please. Aren't you? Adrian wants to know, am I entitled to OAP travel card now at your time of life? No, another 10 years, Adrian. And I intend to be here for another 10 years. But looking at you, I'm starting to wonder if you'll be here for the next week, love. Need to look after you. There's no point in just joining a gym, paying the fee and not going. You do actually have to go, Adrian. All these people who joined... Have you seen them on Facebook? Oh, I've just joined a gym, they go. I've just joined a gym. They don't go. I've been doing the gym... I've joined the gym now. I've been there for 2 months. When did you go? Oh, first time next week. Thank you, Johnny. Oh, Ray's attending a funeral. Another one, is it? Oh, funnily enough, I was talking to someone about that last night. It was Tom. I was talking to Tom about that last night, about funerals. And as you get older, you do tend to go to more funerals. My Uncle Michael told me that. I met him at my mum's grave, I think on her first anniversary. My mum's been gone now 18 years. And on her first anniversary... I can't remember if I arranged to meet him or he just happened to be there, but Uncle Michael was at my mum's grave and I was there as well, and he said, you know, Christopher, as you get older you do find yourself going to more and more funerals, and then shortly after that he died as well. So, you know, it's just one of those things, isn't it, as you get older. Thank you. Johnny's coming along to Central Station tonight. Thank you, Johnny. Tip. Paul is sending me a tip. Charge your phone before you leave. My battery died once and I had my Railcard on my phone. I had to pay again. Oh, yes. Yes, that happened to my nephew, actually. Happened to my nephew. Something, he tried to order something, a ticket online, and it was paid for and everything. When he got to the machine, it wanted the card that you'd used to pay the ticket. Well, he'd borrowed my sister's card. Well, not actually the card. She'd given him the numbers over the phone. You know, whatever. 4828 da 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 da. Enter the expiry date. She'd given him on the phone. Of course, so he didn't have the card. Wouldn't give him the ticket. He had to buy it again. Well, he then ordered another one on his mobile phone with the same card, and then went to the desk. Well, I've just ordered one now. Can I have the card you paid with it? No, well, I haven't got it. It's my mum's. Well, we can't give you the ticket then. Honest. Funnily enough, it was the same bloke who was there yesterday. Miserable bastard he is. At the Southern Rail. No personality whatsoever. You know. He'd probably be good at doing one of the quiz shows that are on the telly at the moment with so many people with no personalities. It's unbelievable. Talking of television, that Stacey Dooley won, didn't she? The come dancing thing. Strictly come dance. She won it, didn't she? Stacey Dooley. You know who she is, don't you? Oh, Christ. She's that one. She does all these documentaries and interviews and all that business, you know, in perhaps people who are starving in Africa and all that, or, you know, abused people over there or something. She does those sort of documentaries and always ends up in floods of tears, crying her eyes out all the time. She gets on my nerves, she does. Another one she's got the most wonderful smile, but I'm not sure if it's a little bit fake. Do you know what I mean? Do you mind if I blow my nose a second? Oh, Christ. Stacey Dooley. I can't bear her, dear. Can't bear her. Right. How are we doing then? Right, I've got some videos to I want you to help me choose an opening sun thing in a minute. I'll just read these quickly. Adrian says you can buy my big used underwear. Go special price. £500 for fuel on the way. Cheese grater, $4.99 underway. No, thank you. Don't need any of your pants. Well, they're full straight off me. I could get probably 10 of me in one pair of your pants, Adrian. No, thank you. I don't want them. I suppose I could have an arse enlargement like some people do now. Have you noticed that? Some of these girls, I keep seeing them in the paper and they've had their arses enlarged and they look absolutely hideous. Why, ladies? You've got beautiful faces. Stop mucking around with... And the blokes as well. You turn on some of these American news programmes, all the presenters, whether they're blokes or girls, they've all had their faces done all like this. And the worst thing is the lips. It does my head in. Seeing his great lips like that. You look like fish. No, girls, it doesn't look good. Oh, well, what are you saying? That's really offensive. That's really sexist. You're saying that because you're a man. You've got no right to say that. Well, I did. It looks Awful. Having your lips like that. Ghastly. Absolutely ghastly. But I don't want your underwear. And some of them are having their arses done. They're enormous, these bums. What on earth makes you think a great big fat arse like that, completely unnatural looking, looks good? Why do they think that? Adrian's lucky. He's not going to have anything done to us. His is naturally enormous and awful. Oh, I'm terrible this morning. I don't know what's wrong with me this morning. Good morning to Michael Lawrence. Morning, Michael. You coming down tonight? Twice now you said you're going to come down and sing me a song and you're not. Karaoke tonight, boys and girls. Central Station in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, all right? Tony Power, a pair of fishnet tights is what you need, Chris. Yeah, you've always been trying to get me into a pair of those, Tony, haven't you? Don't bring your own perversions onto this programme. This is a family programme, if you don't mind, Tony. If you want to wear fishnet stockings, then you go out and buy them yourself. Don't be trying to get me to wear them as well. God knows what else you get up to at the weekends, Tony. I dread to think, I really do. Awful, awful. Katie says she's watching one now. There's nothing been done to my face, darling. I've got a bit of whiskers. That needs a bit of a shave, doesn't it? There we are. Look at that. Adrian, I go to the gym Chris, I go 3 times way to the gym. Is that why you turned me down for the arm wrestling? Did you forget about that? Surprised at your age is also your age also has all the eye candy, and that's why you go, isn't it? I don't go to the gym. I only go swimming, and believe me, there's no eye candy. I am the only piece of eye candy that goes to my swimming pool. I am. I look at myself in the mirror and I think, God, you're gorgeous. I really do. Oh, dear. Roberts, let's have a look. It would cost your sister a fortune in posting. It would send in her knickers through the post. Christ. I think the post office have actually got weight limits on things you send through the post. And she's tried to post a set of knickers to someone before, which they paid £2.99 for, but they wouldn't take them, unfortunately. All right. Now, I've got a couple of little videos to show you this morning, boys and girls. I wonder if you could help me choose. When we're doing the show from Lincolnshire, this one is as well. Right at the beginning, there's a picture of a field, okay? And the camera pans round and ends up on the sun, yeah? And it holds it there. Music starts playing. And then the little 5-minute opener film runs through, and then at the end we start the show. Okay. Now last week there was a couple of mornings last week, and I thought, that sun looks really good this morning. They were talking about 8:10 in the morning, so I quickly got my camera out and my mobile phone camera, mobile phone. Everything is done on here, incidentally. Whenever you see all those little film bits that we do, it's all done on an iPhone. There's no special camera or anything like that. It's brilliant, isn't it, really? These can only get better, can't they? So I got my phone and tripod out, and I did another couple of them last week. Now, I want you to tell me, please, help me choose today, which picture, which little video thing is the best. So I'll start off. Now, these are about a minute long each, something like that, but I can talk over 2 of them. So I'm going to play you the 2 new ones first, right? And then the original one. And please tell me which one you prefer. So are you ready? Here we go then. All you got to do is tell me which one you prefer. Here is number 1. Okay, this is number 1. Now, don't worry too much if you see a bit of a camera shake or it swings back the other way. This is the picture in its raw form. And I will edit this and I can put it into what the opening thing is at the moment. So here's the first one. Okay. And that will just stop. And then we would hold it there for a while. Okay. So that's video number 1. All right. Video number 2. Here comes number 2. Now this one swings back the other way. Remember, it's completely unedited. So I just went back again and did another take when I got a shake, I think. Let's see, is there a little shake there or something? Or maybe it's not. Or maybe it's not. No, maybe it's not. It goes right the way round. Okay, fair enough. Here it comes. So the sun in this one is higher up in the sky. Remember, this is number 2. Good morning, Joanna. Welcome to the show. Adam says, with an iPhone, having credit cards, bank cards, you have to use your fingerprint or face recognition. Oh, I didn't know that. So you haven't got to put your number in. Well, not unless they chop off my thumb. Okay, this is number 2. Here comes the sun. And there it is. So that's higher in the sky there, you see. I think that's beautiful. Look at the colour of that. Okay? So that's number 2. There you are again. Finally, number 3. Number 3 is the one that we've got now. I've just got to turn the music down on that, otherwise you'll get the music as well. There we are. This is... Or maybe it isn't, is it? Have I got the wrong one there? I might have the wrong one. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. Okay, so this is the actual one that we're using at the moment. You'll see it's a little bit further back from the field there, so you've also got a tree in the way. And a plane over there. So, and that's it. And that holds just about there, doesn't it? And it shakes a little bit because it's windy. So there we are. They're the 3 for you to choose from. Now, do you prefer 1, 2, or 3? 1, 2, or 3. I'd appreciate your comments on that. All right. Where are we going now? Michael's not coming tonight because he's got no money. Oh, because you've got to buy me a Christmas present. Is that what you're saying there, Michael? Good. I look forward to that. Tony last night was at the London Palladium with his husband. Saturday to see Snow White with Nigel Havers, Dawn French. Oh, she's great. Garry Wilmot, Julian Clary. I worked with Julian Clary once. He was great laugh. At the Black Cap years ago, that was. First time I've ever been to a proper panto. And I'm told I couldn't possibly have gone to a better one. Yeah, the last one I went to was Cinderella. And that was with Linda Gray. You know, Sue Ellen from Dallas. And I met her afterwards. Oh, it was fantastic. And she was so nice. She was such a nice person. We stalked her, me and my mate. We stalked her. We was at Wimbledon Theatres about 4 years ago. I come out of Wimbledon Theatre and we went round to the side and there was about 6 people out there waiting to meet her. And she came out and she had time to talk to us and she was really nice. And it was the funniest thing ever. And eventually I got my turn and I did a little video. There is actually a little bit of there's a video on YouTube of me talking to her for about 10 seconds. Not long. But nevertheless, there I was. You know, inches away from one of my hero S's from years ago, Sue Ellen from Dallas. It was fantastic. And then after that, she said, well, I've better go now, everyone. Thanks ever so much. And then she just walked into town, into Wimbledon Village. Sue Ellen walked into Wimbledon Village to go shopping. I don't know what I expected, some great big flash car to come round the corner and pick her up. She's like a normal person, but not to me. She's an enormous TV star. And she had the time and trouble to talk to me when she could have just gone out a back door, I suppose, somewhere. But no, she met her fans. And that was wonderful, that was, meeting Sue Ellen. Hello to Joanna. Good morning, Joanna. Katie says it looks where I live. Does it really? Yeah, well, that's Lincolnshire. That picture there, that film, is what is directly in front of my caravan. So I open my door, that's what I see. And you can understand now why I love that view so much. Much to the point, there's a good chance I'm going to buy a brand new caravan and live in it for 10 months of the year. There's a very, very good chance of that happening at some point. Because I thought about selling my house down there and buying one up there. Well, if I could buy a caravan, right? Bit of a loan, but I could buy and then I could keep this house and rent it out. £1,000 a month. You know, I'd be laughing, wouldn't I? Okay, so you're coming in with your votes now. Let's have a look. So let's number 1, number 2, and number 3. So we got Katie says number 2, Chris says number 2, Adam says number 1, John says number 2, Juan says number 2, Paul says number 2, Paul and Lou. Diane says number 3. Okay, any more? Any more for any? Ooh, there's loads. Blimey. How many? I didn't realise there's so many people there this morning. Good morning to you all. Diane says number 3. Mike says number 2. Chris says number 2. Claire says number 2. Timothy says number 3. Good morning, Tim. You all right, Tim? Tim was one of the first people I ever met when I was working at the Black Cap. Lovely chat. Good morning, Tim. Tim says number 3. Michael says 2. Johnny Ray says number 2. Tony K says number 2. Adrian says number 2. But you have to work on it because there's many bent telegraph poles. Yeah, they all bent like that. I wonder if they're put up like that. Telegraph poles. Would they be put up bent for some reason? Or do they just like fall over in time? I wonder. I don't know about that. Good morning, Ben. Number 2 there. Adam, Adam, have you had 2 votes? Are you taking the mick? Adam's trying to get 2 votes in there. That's outrageous. Adam, 1 vote each, darling. Honestly, you're like the people that used to come up to me for free drinks vouchers at Evan. Can I have another voucher? No, you've had one. These people who want more and more all the time. I've learnt that. Never give anyone an inch because they will take a yard. You got to say no. Because otherwise they take the mick. Thank you, Adam. Katie says she has the view from that back door, her back door. It's beautiful, isn't it? Robert says number 2. Well, it's got to be number 2, isn't it? Tony says looks like you're using 2 different cameras. However, not much difference between apart from you zoomed in on the second. As for the one you're using, it's fine. But for shaking on the video, you can use a video stabilizer. Now, I've used video stabilizers before, Tony. And I've noticed they muck up the picture a bit sometimes. It's not very, just does something to the picture, so I try not to use them now. Joanna says number 2. Linda Gray is in your opening video. Is she still in that? I can't remember now. Oh, is she? I didn't even know that. I thought that had gone now because I change the opening video occasionally. Not very often. You know, that bit where the diamond's on and it changes colours and things like that. Joanna says number 2. I got that one. Katie. Adrian, they go a bit droopy after the time. Right, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 14 for number 2. 1 for number 1 and 2 for number 3. Well, it's got to be number 2 then, isn't it? Okay, so I'll do that then. So you think 2 is better than the one we've got already. So I'll get to work on that. I actually went to work on it last night. When I got back here, I had a cup of tea and I watched a bit of telly. Excellent programme for you to watch. You'll need a tear. It's a bit of a tearjerker. On BBC One iPlayer. It's already been on the telly, called The Care. And it's about this elderly lady, someone's mum. And I don't want to tell you the story. Okay, well, she ends up in a care home. And it's just so sad what goes on. It's so sad. It really is. So if you want something to watch later, it's an hour and a half long. I warn you, it's a bit of a long programme. But The Care, as in Care. It might be just called Care. I'm not sure. Either The Care or Care. Watch that on the BBC iPlayer if you've got an hour and a half to spend today. All right. Good. Let's have a look. All righty. Well, we're going to do today's birthdays now, boys and girls. And then it's time to disappear and do all my other little activities that I do on a Monday. And we've got the karaoke later on tonight. I'll do today's birthdays and yesterday's birthdays as well, as we weren't here yesterday, okay? But today, Monday, the 17th of December, 2018, happy birthday to the lovely Caroline Reid, a.k.a. Pam Ann. Pam Ann. She's a wonderful lady, and she's got this character she does, Pam Ann. It's like a parody of trolley dollies, you know, airline hostesses. And she's got a wonderful show that you can often see in theatres. Happy birthday, Caroline. She's also just started DJing. So good luck with that, Caroline. Happy birthday to you. Terry Houston. Good morning, Terry. He's been with us for years, haven't you, Terry? And you are starting to show your age, dear, as well. If you don't mind me saying so. Happy birthday to you, Terry, on this Monday. Gary Connor. Morning, Gary. Always looking spick and span, 33 years old today. I worked with Gary in Clapham for a while. Good morning, Gary. Happy birthday. Tony McGlynn today is 60 years old. Nick Moon is 45 years old. Mikayla Collie-Cuttle, I think. Is it Collie-Cuttle? I hope I've got that all right. That's a lovely... I like that name, Collie-Cuttle. That's a nice name. 23 years old today. Nicola Evans. Good morning. 32 today. Peter Coleman. Karaoke man, 60 years old today. He works with my very dear friend Ben Parker. Love Geo. Good morning, Love Geo. Happy birthday. Ron Reagan, 33 years old on this Monday. Nick Donaldson today is 52 years old. Nicola Evans. Have we done you already? Just a moment. Oh, you're in two places, Nicola. As I say, 32. Calvin Collins' birthday as well on this Monday. Yesterday's birthdays. So that's for Sunday the 16th of December 2018. My little friend from primary school, Andy Healy, is, I didn't know he was a little bit older than me, 56 years old yesterday. Andy is an altar server at St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Roehampton, which was my old church, and he's still there all these years later. He is also the UK's longest heart and lung transplant survivor. He had a lung thing. Oh my, I can't remember what it is now. It's a hereditary thing. Oh gosh, I can't remember what the blooming lung disease is now. Just someone want to guess that, and you might guess the right one. Oh gosh. It's a lung infection. No, I don't think it's an infection. It's a disease, that's hereditary. See if someone can guess that, and I'll tell you what it was. But yes, he had a lung and heart transplant many, many years ago, and he's the longest surviving one in the UK. So happy birthday to you, Randy, and may you go on for many more years. He has to go back to and from the hospital quite a lot for checkups and things like that, so they have to tweak anything. I could do with a bit of tweaking myself, to be honest. Happy birthday, Andy. Dinesh, good morning, Dinesh. 28 years old yesterday. Steve Dara, his birthday yesterday, and Brian Wiseman was 54 years old on Sunday. So happy birthday to you all, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthdays today, boys and girls. Okay? Timothy. Alison Stedman lived in our apartment block when she was married to Mike Lee. When I was about 16, she plays the part well in the programme. Ah, right, okay. As I have early onset dementia. Tim's got early onset dementia as well. It's difficult to watch. I found that incredibly difficult to watch last night, but I did, and I came away, oh, God, no, I won't say about the ending. No, because if people want to watch it, I'll spoil it for them. I'm not going to tell them the ending. But it really gives you stuff to think about, doesn't it, that sort of programme. Katie worked in care for 3 years, in aged care. That's hard work. You must have an awful lot of patience to work in care. Some people can care, some people can't. My mother was an incredible care. She liked to care for people, my mother. She really did. And I suppose really she always had someone to care for. But when Dad died, and my mum had a terrible year one year. Her mother died, my nan, and then her husband died within like 9 months of each other. And then after that, she kind of gave up after that, I think. All right. Okay, that's it today, boys and girls. Tonight, what are you doing tonight? Are you in North London? Because we got karaoke at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. All right, Central Station karaoke tonight. Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Starts at 7:30 and finishes at 11 o'clock. If you want to come and sing us a song, come down there. Have a lovely Monday, and I'll see you again very soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.